game a while ago between like when my brother and I were done playing Melee, just as like a reprise, I guess. But I never got too terribly good at it. My friends were typically better than me. I definitely like it. It kind of strays from typical arcade fighters, and I kind of like that about it.
On the other side of winners? The brothers?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. All right,
Dude, you got the brothers. We got the brothers doing the rematch.
So, you know what ended up killing out this game?
No, what happened?
It seems like a really good game on the surface until you learn about Step G.
What's that?
So, essentially, in this game, you can do the equivalent of dash dancing with your shield up.
That's good.
It's really stupid.
Luigi can do that.
The thing about it is it completely nullifies like 90% of every character's moves, because basically the only viable moves are ones that can contend with that, and it turns the entire game into a turtle fest. So that's why the game died out, because that mechanic is absolutely broken.
Is it very difficult to do, or?
It's not that hard. So it turns out when you tap 2, you do a step, and if you hold G during that and you get hit, you'll just go into guard. It's really stupid.
And not actually take a hit.
You won't take a hit.
Hey, Max, no, John.
So you get the bonus of stepping is really good. So if you step something, you get a free whiff punish, which is obviously great. Stepping is really good, so you augment stepping with the potency of shielding at the same time. Makes it completely safe. It's just
so you're just approaching with shield, and
yeah, it's just great.
Now, can you grab that though? Like,
you can grab it, but the thing you can actually step grabs in this game. And the thing about grabs is they're only a 50-50. You have 30 frames to react to them. All grabs are I-17, I mean instant impact frame rate. And then you have 13 frames after you're actually grabbed to hit A or B. And if you choose the correct grab, then you break out of it.
So it's like a mix-up. Like if you hit A, it might be right, but B is
yes.
wrong. Okay.
If you know the game well enough, you can guess what grab they're trying to do based on your positioning. For example, some characters have grab that bring you out based on your position. For example, I keep saying that. So Ivy has a grab where she flips you over her back.
Yeah.
You know that one. So if her back's to the wall, she's probably going to try to do that. And even if she's not, it's better to cover that option than get rung out. So you would guess that one. Conversely, if she needs the damage, then you could just get screwed over by guessing.
Right. A lot of mind games in this.
Wow, that game
there is.
Pop off.
Pop off after tying it up here in one game apiece.
Fucking Bambi. Is he playing video games right now? Where's Bambi?
Ooh. That
great
move.
Control there, Mr.
That punch. That punch would have rung him out.
Now,
I think it was frame 10.
Now, it's a valid argument, or is it not, that ring outs in this game are kind of broken and stupid?
Not at all, actually. The thing about ring outs is against better players, you will not ring them out very often.
Right.
It's a very rare occurrence, so...
low-level thing.
Yeah, so for example, when you have a good player with their back to the wall, the potency of that is not that you can, well, man, I can ring them out and win this round. Potency is then they have to play excessively defensive, and you can take advantage of that.
By grabbing or something, right.
Yeah, they have to go into their shell, because if they get hit, it also cuts out their crouching option, because a lot of launchers that knock you off the stage are mid, and if they're ducking, like for your grab, then they're going to get launched. So you have to be really careful about that.
I gotcha.
Right, I didn't do any of this.
So these are both like mid-tier characters?
Who is being used?
Kilik and Nightmare?
Yes, they're mid-tier. SeungMina is low-tier.
New alternate outfit on her.
Yeah.
Kilik is still wearing all of his clothes. He might not
Arguably.
He might be. Okay, that's
dude. He has a stripper pole.
He does.
Baby, show me something.
No, but as I was saying, I like the style of Soul Calibur. It's different from a lot of other arcade fighters, mainly because it's on like a 3D plane and you can move around and in and out of the plane and everything like that. I never really cared that too much for 2D arcade fighters, just because you could.
You're more restricted in the movement.
Right, and the fact that you can get pinned up against the wall on either side is a little bit.
You can essentially do that in here too. It's something like that. Your opponent, when they're back into the wall, they also have to try to step out of it, so horizontals become that much more potent. But then again, step G is really good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I never had to deal with that.
So the fans never made a mod of it?
No, unfortunately. They also re-released it for Xbox, and they still didn't take it out. They took out Japanese voices, though. Not that I'm a weeb, but the English voices are terrible.
Yeah?
I mean, pretty bad.
I don't watch a whole lot of like media from Japan, but if I did, I'd probably rather have it subbed than dubbed.
Yeah. It really just depends. If I honestly feel the English voices are better, I would go with that. Those trades. So
I'm sure at high level play, you can obviously guard high, guard mid, and guard low, right?
Like high and low?
Yeah. Or just high and low?
There's high, low, and mid. Low
Okay.
can only be blocked with crouching. High misses if they're crouching, and mid hits them while they're crouching always. And generally, mid attacks are usually linear, so you can step them.
So if someone hits you high, you have to guard high and invite.
If someone hits high, you can duck it or you can guard high.
Okay.
It's basically blocked by every form of guard, but the high attacks are usually horizontal, so you can't step them. So there's like upsides and downsides to those moves. Conveniently, SeungMina has this move where she spins her sword around and steps at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a horizontal, it's a vertical mid that also counts as a horizontal because she's stepping. So instead of just naming its properties, my friend just calls it attack.
No, fucking get that shit out of here.
So at high level play, everybody knows every matchup pretty well, and you realize you know what your opponents, what all their moves do, and what the startup looks like, where they hit.
Yeah.
So you can guard accordingly. I'm sure that's like really a lot of emphasis on reaction time and everything.
Yeah, it puts emphasis on experience, studying the frames and such because
Knowing the matchup.
frame knowledge is important for matchup knowledge. SeungMina here isn't respecting Kilik's advantage. He could just step to get out of that. That's what I mean. Like at lower level play, you're not going to see people respecting advantage as much, so you can kind of take advantage of that. Nice grab option.
Now I know there's like a pretty big tier list in this game as far as like spanning from the top and the bottom. How are matchups varied? Are they still not going too far out of whack?
I'm sure some of them are really bad considering how good the good characters are and how like the bad characters aren't absolutely terrible, but they're just not good. For example, my brother and I watched this. You know Hayate, Jared. Hayate took Yunsun, the worst character in the game, and beat through a team of Ivies and Xionghuas, which are like two of the best characters in the game, and he just swept them in like a crew battle. So it's definitely possible if you know the matchup.
Right.
And lower tiers, like in any other fighting game, they have that unknown factor where your opponent doesn't know how to play against them. So you can kind of take advantage of that. The learn reaction is going to be as potent because they haven't seen their attacks as much.
Right.
Guys, that was really nice.
I mean, there's definitely a factor present of making sure your opponent doesn't know what they're going up against and keeping them on their feet. Yeah, much like counterpicking characters even.
A good reason, one reason why people don't like this game that much is because you know how different games have a different standard for what's considered fast. Like
Right.
in Smash, frame 4 is considered really fast. Frame 1.
You and your brother want to...
Yeah. In this game, frame 10 is extremely fast.